This is take 2 for realsies. Crack myself up. Shit. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got a day. It won't cost much. Just your voice. You're poor unfortunate, so it's sad but true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, into the book to have some fun.
Listen in with Lindsey. This episode is sponsored by Gigi and the Giggle Stamp. Get ready to dance, laugh, and sing along with Gigi, the lovable character who's bringing joy to children everywhere. Her brand new song, Gigi and the Giggle Stamp, is out now, and it's guaranteed to bring smiles, giggles, and a whole lot of fun to your little ones. Whether it's playtime, learning, or just winding down, Gigi's catchy tunes and playful energy will fill your home with happiness. Want to be a part of something magical? Head over to gigiandthegigglestamp.com to listen to her latest song and support Gigi's upcoming projects. Let's make learning through music an adventure. Listen now and support future giggles at gigiandthegigglestamp.com. Thanks so much.
Is Ursula really a poor, unfortunate soul? You know, I really don't know, but maybe we can figure this out together. Recently, I came across a video on my Insta from @otakuyokisoba, and not only was it hilarious, but it was also thought-provoking. Yeah, she's super popular for giving her spin on classic Disney characters. To give credit where credit is due, I included the Insta handle in my description box below so you can take a look at the original video. Now, this video made me wonder if Ursula is actually a villain. One of the key things that was said is that, well, Ariel signed a contract. It's true, she signed a contract, but let's go deeper. Under the sea deep, shall we? Let's analyze every scene that Ursula's in from the original feature film animation of The Little Mermaid. Then, and only then, we can truly determine if Ursula is a villain like everyone believes her to be, or simply a misunderstood victim. But before we get into it, I am asking a huge favor. All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe so you're always up to date on all the fun. If you feel ever so inclined, you could even leave a little commentaroni. It really helps my channel grow so I can keep making wonderful, great, awesome, amazing content like this for you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So let's get into the first scene. Our first introduction to Ursula is while she is spying on Ariel from her bubble crystal ball. She has one of those classic villain monologues. See, Ursula used to live in the palace, but, you know, she's been banished and exiled while King Triton and his kingdom are celebrating. Ursula gives the classic, "We'll give them something to celebrate," but in her Ursula voice, obviously. She then orders her hench eels, Flotsam and Jetsam, to spy on Princess Ariel, for she may be the key to Triton's undoing. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Now, it's a very short but very precise scene. We know who Ursula used to be, and who she is, and who she blames for her downfall. Now, I'm getting very scheming, plotting, villain vibes from this Ursula introduction, not gonna lie. Let's see how things progress in the next scene. Okay, so a lot has happened in between those scenes, but one thing has not changed. Ursula is still spying on Ariel. I'm not mad at her. She said she would, and she did. That's called consistency, my friend. Also, this is a cartoon, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah, so Ariel is low-key really into the human world, and she will do anything to be part of their world. See what I did there? Aha, clever, am I right? She also saved a prince named Eric, fell in love, and is now determined to be with him, even though she's a mermaid and he's a human with legs, not fins. But hey, love conquers all. But what we know that Ariel doesn't is that Ursula is still watching. How is she watching? So Whenever her sidekick slash hench eels, Flotsam and Jetsam, put their eyes next to each other, Ursula is able to see what they see through her crystal bubble ball thingamajig. Can we just sidebar for a sec? Okay, low-key, Flotsam and Jetsam are kind of cool. And they are one of the more underrated Disney characters, am I right? So crazy. But there is good news. If you are team Flotsam and Jetsam, you too can take the fashion world by storm with your very own Flotsam and Jetsam scarf. How cute, how fun, and not too expensive. A definite win-win scenario. I have a direct link to this sassy scarf below. Enjoy! Awesome sidebar, guys, am I right? Now back to the star Ursula. Oh yeah, she's still spying, looking for her inn, and by golly, it seems that she's found it. Now that she knows that Ariel is in love with a human prince and that her father, King Triton, ruler of Atlantica, will not approve of this relationship ever, well, it's too easy. Ursula has found her inn, and she believes that Ariel would make a fabulous addition to her garden. What garden? Well, she's overlooking a garden of what appears to me to be seaweed with eyes and ghoul-esque mouths, and they're all trembling as Ursula is making her evil laugh. Yeah, any scene that ends with an evil laugh screams villain and not victim. But on to the next scene. Can Ursula be redeemed? Because so far, it's definitely not looking good, my friends. She's a stalker and a schemer, but victim? I'm not seeing it yet. This next scene is pivotal in determining Ursula's character. Ariel is down in the dumps. Dare I say her spirit is broken. Her father, King Triton, has discovered Ariel's grotto of human collectibles, and he's not having it. What's worse is that Ariel has just come across a Prince Eric statue that fell to the bottom of the ocean. King Triton sees his daughter fawning over the statue and becomes enraged. He can't have his daughter become further infatuated with the human world and fall in love with a human man, no less. Thus, he destroys Ariel's human collectibles, her entire collection, including the Prince Eric statue. Ariel is distraught and begins to cry. King Triton has a very strict parenting style, but he still feels bad that he made his daughter cry. He gives her space and leaves. By now you're like, okay, can we get back to Ursula now? Okay? This context is important. We need to understand the frame of mind and emotional state that Ariel is in before being lured into Ursula's lair. Now, the fun begins. Ariel enters and these seaweed ghouls are grasping at her wrists. She's probably thinking, oh my, what did I get myself into? Then Ursula greets her with a, we mustn't lurk in doorways. It's rude. Who voiced Ursula, by the way? Was it Pat Carroll? I think so, but I think it was. Let me know in the comments. It is really a stellar performance. Honestly, guys, the way she said the word rude and rolled her R's, I can't even. It was so good. So good. But anyways, now that I've stopped geeking over the vocal performance, let's get back to the scene. Ursula begins girl gabbing with Ariel. So, you like this prince? He is rather hunky, isn't he? Total dreamboat. Now Ursula sets the bait. Well, the only way to get what you want is to become a human yourself. Can you do that? Ariel asks. Ooh, those eyes. That's the eyes of a schemer. Ursula begins to explain her line of, shall we say work? She helps poor, unfortunate souls get what they want, for a price, of course. So, what's the deal and what's the price, and will Ariel pay that price in order to be with Prince Eric? Now, Ursula is willing to change Ariel into a human for 3 days. She has 3 days to get Prince Eric to fall in love. He has to kiss her, a kiss of true love, not just any kiss, of course. If she succeeds, Ariel will remain a human forever. If she fails, she belongs to Ursula, and from what I see, the looks of it, if Ariel belongs to Ursula, she will turn into one of those seaweed ghoul things. So far, Ariel's like, well, this should be easy enough. After all, she saved the prince, he heard her sing. She can get him to fall in love with her. Have we forgotten? There is still a price that Ariel has to pay. After all, you can't get something for nothing. The price is her voice. But don't worry, Ariel. There are always things like looks, a pretty face, and the power of body language. Ariel agrees and signs the contract. Ariel sings and Ursula traps her voice in her seashell necklace. Ariel then changes into a human and Flounder, her fish friend, and Sebastian the crab swim her to the surface. So, what do we think? Ariel essentially made a deal with a villain. Yes, Ursula is a villain. She took advantage of Ariel's naivete and low emotional state. But hey, let's see what Ursula will do next. Whether Ursula is a villain or a victim, one thing remains true. She is a fashionista. I found a couple of things that I think speak to her fashion-forward ways. Check out this standout nylon day backpack. Super cute, super affordable, and any Ursula fan can rock this on a day out shopping, going to a theme park, a concert, really anywhere. It has a sweet picture of Ursula and says, "The ocean will be mine." Link to this one-of-a-kind Ursula Day backpack below. Also, there's another really cool backpack that I'm excited to share with you. Well, it's actually like a crossbody. If you're looking for something extra fancy, then check out this Ursula crossbody bag. Really, it looks like it can be a handbag or a crossbody bag and is as fashionable as Ursula herself. If you are interested in this bag, then you can find this at the link below. Thanks so much, guys. Now we're on to the next scene. Despite not having her voice, Ariel is this close. I mean, this close to having her true love's kiss. I mean, she does have help from Sebastian the crab and all the fish and birds singing "Kiss the Girl." Just as Eric is about to kiss Ariel, Flotsam and Jetsam, the eels, flip the boat, and the moment is ruined. As usual, Ursula's watching, and I have to say, she has become unhinged. She's calling Ariel a tramp and realizing that she has to take matters into her own hands. She's throwing about potions and maniacally laughs as she changes into a human herself. We later find out her human name is going to be Vanessa. Well, is Vanessa. And back on land, Eric can't get the singing voice that saved him out of his head. Of course, he doesn't realize that it's Ariel's voice. As far as he's seen, Ariel can't talk because of Ursula. He's staring out into the ocean, playing that melody on the flute, longing for the girl with the flute. Grimsby, Eric's friend, who I believe he's also Eric's confidant, suggests that a warm and caring woman is far better than any dream girl. Eric looks up and sees Ariel brushing her hair with a fork. Yes, a fork, or as she calls it, a dingle hopper. He probably got a kick out of that and smiles to himself. Eric then throws the flute into the ocean, and just as he is about to run up to Ariel, he hears a familiar singing voice. Yup, it's Ursula, disguised as Vanessa, a human woman, stealing Ariel's voice to steal the prince. Does this sound like victim behavior to you? No, it most definitely is not victim behavior. It's villain behavior, okay? But wait, it gets worse. Yes, Vanessa has weaseled her way into Eric's heart using Ariel's voice and keeping him in a trance-like state, to the point where they are getting married the very next day at sunset. Yeah, talk about your plot twist. Are you like me and shocked that Vanessa just popped out of nowhere and ruined everything for Ariel? Me too. But one pop that you'll actually enjoy is a Funko Pop. And you're in luck. There is an Ursula Funko Pop. You too can be like Ariel and either start or continue your Funko Pop collection. Ariel has her collection of human things, and you can have your collection of Funko Pops, including an Ursula one. Link below. All right, we're moving on to the next scene. It's all coming together. Ursula cannot be deemed a victim. She's not. After this scene, there is no coming back. She's a villain. There is not a shadow of doubt in my mind. Let me explain, and let's get into it. Ursula, as Vanessa, is scheming and singing. Things are working out for her. The sun is about to set, and from the looks of it, Ariel is not getting her kiss from Eric. But Scuttle, the seagull and Ariel's friend, heard Vanessa and saw her from a window. She was laughing at the mirror as Vanessa, and her reflection in the mirror was Ursula laughing back. Scuttle sees this and hurries to tell a distraught Ariel. Ariel looks out to the boat where the wedding will take place, and we hear Ursula's voice, "Before the sun sets on the third day." Now the plan is set in motion. Flounder the fish will swim Ariel to the boat. Sebastian the crab will go and get help from King Triton. And Scuttle the seagull will get his friends and stall the Eric/Vanessa wedding. Okay, so the wedding so far is still happening, but Eric's dog Max does not like Vanessa. So much so that he growls at her as she's walking down the aisle. He probably senses the sea witch in her, but I digress. You know, dogs have good instincts. Scuttle and his friends fly in to stall the wedding, and they cause chaos. Ariel finally makes it and climbs up the boat. Scuttle is trying to break the seashell necklace that is holding Ariel's voice from, Vanessa's neck. He's pulling on the necklace with his beak, and Max comes up from behind. Max the dog. He comes up from behind, and he obviously first broke free from the leash. He comes up from behind and bites Vanessa's behind. That's funny. And the necklace breaks. The free-flowing voice returns to its rightful owner, Ariel. The spell on Eric is broken, and he realizes that Ariel has always been the one. They are about to kiss, but alas, they are too late. The sun has set. Ariel changes back into a mermaid, and Vanessa back into Ursula. Ursula is crawling, snatches Ariel, and drags her back into the sea away from all the dumbfounded humans. Ursula and Ariel run into, they're now under the sea, and then they run into King Triton and Sebastian, who tells Ursula to stop. She would. There's just this one thing. She can't. There is a legally binding contract with Ariel's name on it. However, I will admit, Ursula is a businesswoman. She is willing to have King Triton take Ariel's place. King Triton agrees and replaces his signature with Ariel's on the contract and is transformed into one of those ghoul seaweed things. Ursula takes the crown and becomes queen. Ariel decides to fight back and calls Ursula a monster. Ursula throws her off and threatens her with the Triton. Just then, Eric throws a sharp object that nicks Ursula's arm, and Ursula points the Triton at Eric, who is trapped by Flotsam and Jetsam. And they pulled him back down into the ocean after he swam to the surface. So that happened after that. Flounder and Sebastian help free Eric from the eels. Ursula sends a shock from the Triton. He aims it at Eric, but Ariel pulls Ursula's hair, and instead of destroying Eric with the Triton shock, she destroys her precious eels, Flotsam and Jetsam. She is seething upset as Ariel and Eric swim to the surface. And what surrounds her is this black octopus ink, because I guess she's a sea witch, but also an octopus, I think. I'm pretty sure. Ariel tells Eric that he has to get her out of there, Ariel tells Eric that he has to get out of there, but he won't leave her. Ursula becomes a giant, like a giant villain, but literally a giant version of herself, and she's after Ariel and Eric. Eric manages to get on a boat and steers the pointy part of the boat straight into Ursula. Shall we say, Ursula the villain is defeated. All of her ghoul, poor, unfortunate souls change back to their former selves, so merfolk, including King Triton. Triton changes Ariel into a human so she can marry Eric, and everyone lives happily ever after. And that, my friends, are all the scenes with Ursula from the original Disney animated feature film. What do you think, villain or victim? My vote is on villain, obviously. I mean, she has an evil laugh in most of her scenes, so enough said. Well, that's all I have to say about Ursula. If you like my content, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time for some more Listen In with Lindsey fun. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Listen in with Lindsey.